All right, so Drew, you know the city well. You know the language well.
Yeah. My son had eaten at that restaurant about 4 months ago.
So thoughts.
I'm pissed.
Mm-hmm. Who are you pissed at?
I'm pissed. That's a good question because I'm pissed at the perpetrators.
Ooh.
I'm pissed at ISIL.
Hold on, write that down. That's a courageous stance.
And I'm pissed.
Drew disagrees with who?
Hold on a second. But I'm pissed at us for not having some more huevos. I kind of dig what the French are doing. French are like, fuck this. Let's get it on, baby. Mm-hmm. And I feel like we should have that attitude too. Now, I don't feel as though I know the whole landscape. I understand that it's complicated. Bernie Sanders a couple of days ago said that it's all due to global warming. Which is a headline is laughable, but there is an argument that there was a famine in Syria due to some drought, and that moved a bunch of men to the cities, and that's created the discontent, and off it went from there. Now, whatever.
Sure.
All right. But the point is, who gives a fuck? We got to deal with this now. Yeah, we got to survive to the. Here's my point: the world's best hope for global warming, not China, us. And if we want to survive to be able to deal with the global warming, we have to deal with these motherfuckers.
The hope for global warming is to try to talk China and India out of it. We don't create that much.
I understand.
We got to get them.
But it's we're the ones that will drive any change, right? No one else giving a shit. If there's going to be a change, right?
Okay,
if you want to take that as your crucible, we got to survive to be able to do that.
I would say that the folks on the left, like Matt and his underdog dad over there, are duplicitous and sort of convenient and maybe a little retarded in their logic, which is when it comes to global warming, they say, we got to do something. We can affect. Now, when you look at the globe and you see the landmass and you see us, there ain't that much of us. But then you and Matt's dad would say, yes, but we affect the rest of the world. It's up to us to create the technology, to educate, to go to China, to go to India, to go to Russia, or wherever these places are that are burning coal in these third world environments that are polluting. We need to do something about that, which is going on over there, because it's got to be corrected. And we have the ability, and we have the brains, and we have the wherewithal to do something about it. This is on us.
Yes.
And then when you say to Matt's dad, what should we do about the warlords in the Middle East? He goes, stay out of it.
Right.
Don't go. No boots on the ground. No. You're creating more terrorists. You're creating a bigger problem. No. We're not the world's police. We're not the world's police. Let them handle it. We're creating bigger problems by being the world's police. So, my friends over at HuffPo, which is it? Are we the world police, or are we just the custodian but not the policeman? Or which one are we, Drew? Because you just got done saying we need to go over there and act some change. Well, I'm with you. I'm with you in theory, but the same people who are basically would look us in the Bill Maher would say, we need to get this global change, we need to go over there, we need to blah, blah, blah. And then you go, okay, but what about there's fucking beheadings going on over there? You have to stay out of it.
Here's the logic that drives me a little crazy. Follow me. You're going to like this. Okay.
And to be fair to him, he would say, we can't win that war. This war we can win.
Okay.
I think that would be his answer.
Right. And I would argue to the people that go, we created all this because we sent into Iraq with things dismantled. We dismantled Afghanistan, that left a vacuum in Libya, and that's where these guys thrived. And it's our fault that there are these terrorists thriving in the world now, right? Mm-hmm. You've heard that argument a million times, right? Yeah. So so history is always a great teacher. So let's look through history where we've created and fucked up a population that resulted in something terrible coming on board that we sat by and let happen because we felt guilty about what we did. Oh, let me see. The Treaty of Versailles. That fucked the Germans over big time. And then this group emerged that started thriving, and their economy was doing good. They had a little problem with dark people and people with big Jews and stuff.
Gypsies.
A little problem with gypsies. A little problem with that. But hey, who are we to say we fucked them up? That Nazi party, leave them alone, man. They're thriving.
Right.
We fucked them up. If you don't like them, it's our fault. Yeah, they need a little room. They got to go to Czechoslovakia and Poland. Who are we to say stay out of it? Stay out of it. It's the same fucking logic precisely. And if history is any lesson, yes, we caused the Nazi Party. Fine. Now what? Now
Treaty
what?
of Versailles after World War I.
Yes.
Yes.
We did it. Fine. We
I
did
gotcha.
it. We did it. Now what? Now what?
Well, I'll tell you, and I thank you, Drew. Thank you for your passion.
Isn't that a good argument?
I think it's a very valid argument, but you're not talking to Bernie Sanders. You're talking to Colonel Carolla. I don't know why I thought there was something funny about that. I call myself the Colonel every once in a while. Here is the dealio, Drew.
Yes.
Here is our problem. And I realize it's more and more prevalent. We are doing two things in this country. We first do not recognize evil. We look at evil and we
As
say...
relative, something relative.
No, we realize there's evil, but we want to know why. And we realize it's because these people are mistreated or they're disrespected or the socioeconomic thing is the one we do all the time. We do that here and we do it abroad. So of course the guy's stabbing people and selling crack cocaine. He has no other choice. And it's like, no, that's amoral behavior. And let's start calling it what it is. Let's work on correcting all the things around it. But let's start judging.
I want to know this. When something happens here, which I suspect is not far off, is that going to refocus us, or is that going to cause more dismantling?
We always get refocused, and then somebody snaps back and says, "Let's understand the two things. Let's start talking about the Crusades. Remember the Crusades. So do not judge, because your own religion, a mere 875 years ago, went on a campaign where you killed people. So we evoke the Crusades, and then we explain in what is the most insane adult argument that I think I've ever heard, and it used to be made 20 years ago. On rare occasion, it's now trotted out on a daily basis. Not all. First off, I've never met a sane human being. I've never met a pundit or a politician or anybody who shows up on Fox and Friends ever said that all Muslims were anything. They always say a percentage, a group, a radicalized group within this. But Ben Affleck gets to be a hero by explaining that not all.
Well,
which, by the way, is a zero answer for anything.
Look at history. The Ku Klux Klan was a Christian-motivated and dominated organization. And you wouldn't say all Christians when you talk about the KKK.
Right.
But because it was a Christian, because it hung on to a Christian ethos, the Christian community took care of that shit and fucking marginalized them and did something about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. I agree. I said that on my show. I said, look, we have the Klan, but we don't really tolerate the Klan. Yes, it exists, but if you ask any human being that I'm aware of, that I've ever come across or met, what they think of the Klan, forget about black or gypsy or Jewish. I mean, just any Christian, any white person you know, it's absolutely no. And
it's horrible psychopaths.
Well, I'll put it to you this way. Drew, if you or I would like to end our careers tomorrow, all we have to do is join the Klan.
Yeah.
And then we'll put out a press release.
I would expect somebody to hurt me, like physically harm me.
And then we would be unemployable.
Oh, yeah.
Except for I could get a job cleaning my own pool, but I wouldn't be able to afford it.
But you dump the stuff.
That's my point. So first things first, let's recognize evil. There is evil. There has been evil.
Well, this whole thing, the ISIS thing is a cult, and it behaves like a cult, and it operates like a cult.
But I'm saying to my friends at HuffPo, there is evil. Yeah. There is evil. Recognize that there is evil, and then secondly, also recognize that not all horrible behavior is caused by poverty. There has been historically plenty of poor people in this country and abroad. Those people didn't engage in beheadings.
Right.
So we do this thing constantly where it's like, well, these young boys, they don't have access to health care and a job. And of course, they get into honor killings and beheadings and dumping acid on girls with school books. Like, no. There were plenty of something, there used to be a saying, You don't hear it anymore. We're poor, but we're proud. Don't hear that anymore. I was poor for much of my life. I was semi-proud. I worked hard. I was fine with it. I didn't tell you I was proud, but
clearly a delusion.
I was fine being poor and working hard. My family was poor, but it was never okay to steal. It was never okay to take someone else's property or to defile anybody's property. It was never okay to do any harm to anybody else's.
Did you have envy then? Because envy implies action.
I looked at other people who drove big cars and lived in houses up in the hills as almost aliens. Like, who are these people with their credit cards and their ski trips? And I'd talk to these kids and they're like, oh, we were in Maui last weekend for the summer. And I'd be like, how do you even get to Maui? You buy airplane tickets. How do you get airplane tickets? You use a credit card. You call it. Well, it's like we have a travel agent. What?
Why?
A secret special travel agent? They wear a trench coat?
A secret agent that does travel.
008. And I was like, I didn't know, but I was like, but I remember thinking to myself, well, you know what? Well, maybe one day if I work hard enough, I can get a travel agent.
There you go.
That was it. I never resented that person. I'm far from it. I want to figure out a way to ingratiate myself to that. Yeah. Maybe next time you go to Maui, you could bring a friend.
Yeah.
You could swim to Maui if you use some On It products.
Hell yeah, you could. You
could swim there. You'd be so strong.
Get that MCT oil going.
Dumped it in my coffee
just now. Me too.
Morning.
Yep.
Delivered, or I should say derived from 100% pure coconut oil. It's quick, healthy energy. Helps weight management. How's it help weight management? Well, it makes you feel satiated. You feel full.
Yeah, it's the same oil, the same fatty acid that's in breast milk, interestingly. And it's available for your brain, too. It's a good source of
They got the Warrior Bar. It's the buffalo meat, 14 grams of protein, 140 calories, knowing the MSG, the soy, lactose. And then they have the equipment, the rope. The skip rope. The jump rope I use, it's on it.
It does quality stuff. They really do.
I've been using their jump rope for 3 years. I'm literally wearing it out. Yeah. I'm going to have to get a new one. But the good news is they're like $9.99.
These are kettlebells.
The kettlebell, I can't move the one that's in the back. Try it now. Go to onit.com/Adam. Save 10%. Serious company. Good guys.
To sync your temperature gauge in the pool.
On it. I won't be able to read it then. Onit.com.
Long twine instead of 1.4 cents, make it a 3.4
I got Mark Twain over here. Onit.com/Adam. Look, I've said it once. I'll say it again as it pertains to France and everyone else. First off, I've been saying for years, there are going to be no more 9/11s. There are going to be guys walking around with guns into shopping malls, and they'll do it in a coordinated fashion, and it will spread real terror. That's morbidly, I've been saying this is what they should do. It takes 6 guys and 6 Kalashnikovs to go out and do it. So that's number one. As long as you're in a soft area, like a gun-free zone, like Europe, well, Europe isn't a gun-free zone. Some people have guns.
Bad guys.
Not the guys that are eating at the bistro, but the bad guys have it. And as I say about guns all the time, I'm not really for them or I'm not really against them, but I can tell you this. If I was ever in a situation like the theater and they're taking hostages and somebody told me, an off-duty cop, and he lifted up his shirt, and there was a Glock tucked in, I'd go, fuck it. I'm very glad. I'm very happy to be standing there. I'm glad this guy's in amongst the group of people that are being taken hostage. The
question, should we train ourselves? Should we all be?
I'm fine with law-abiding, sane people owning a weapon. I always have been fine with that. And so far, so good. Now, another thing I've been saying is it takes a nation, and we all need to huddle up and gather up and go, look, hey, you're sane. Hey, Canada. Hey, France. Hey, Germany. Hey, we got to step up. We got to step it up. We got to start judging, and we got to step it up.
I hope we bring Russia into it.
And bring Russia.
Yeah.
Let's all just step it up. Okay.